Hi guys, Miggy Make It Go here with another how-to video. We put out videos every Friday on crafts, DIY, home improvement, business advice and anything else you can think. If you have a video idea that you want us to look at, please let us know in the comments. Today we're going to be looking at how to repair very fine hairline cracks in walls. Now, when I purchased this house, there were a number of walls that were actually asbestos or what I thought was asbestos. So if that's the case, you really do need to make sure that you get a professional in to remove the asbestos. Do not drill into it, do not scratch it, don't do anything like that, don't sand it or anything. I wasn't in the position to do that, so these cracks were very, very fine. This photo here is the kitchen, and as you can see there's a few marks on the wall there. That's what I'm sort of talking about. So they were actually, most cases, only in the paint, not in the panel itself. The second photo here is actually cracks in walls. That's actually not my wall. So they were in better condition than this. I actually got some really thick masking tape and just taped over everything I could. So you can see in this photo, this is the only photo I've got of it, just above my head there's some dark blue tape on the wall. That was just taping over those cracks whilst I decided what I was going to do. Now this method is not the nicest. I chose this method just to really satisfy myself that it was going to be really fully sealed if it was asbestos. And the original way I wanted to do it didn't work, so I ended up doing it another way. So I'll walk you through what happened. When I decided to get around to working on the walls, I actually got some blank newspaper and just PVA glue and a little bit of water, and I actually paper mache'd up the walls. So you can see in all of these photos, this is where I put everything. Now I tried to make it as thin as possible and as smooth as possible. The idea was after I'd done that, I'd be able to use a polyfiller to just get rid of the lines that I'd made in between the edge of the paper mache and the wall itself. So I felt that the paper mache would provide somewhat of a sturdy seal over the crack, and then I was going to be able to get rid of those lines just using a normal polyfiller. This polyfiller I bought at my local hardware store, which was Bunnings. It is for interior small cracks. It says no sanding, and this was what I originally was trying to use to cover those lines between the paper mache and the wall. It didn't really work well at all. I still had quite a few marks and things on the walls. The next thing I tried was using this Sally's Spack Filler Rapid. Now this was much better, quite expensive, and you do have to sand it. Now in the areas where I was working, I had figured out by that stage that the actual thickness of the paint on the walls was very thick. So I was comfortable to sand, knowing that there was no way I was going to sand through all the layers of paint to what was potentially asbestos. Asbestos can be very, very dangerous if you sand it, if you drill it, if you cut into it, if it breaks. It's the fibers that can cause asbestosis. You really need to be aware how thick you've got of paint before you are in danger territory. If in doubt, get a professional in. The other thing I used was these two products here, so Gyprock Ultra Top Topping Compound and Gyprock Joint Master Topping Compound. So I was able to slather that on quite thick, and then again just really carefully try and sand. So as you can see from these pictures, that worked well with the bigger patches that I'd done. Once I was sure everything was smooth, I hadn't touched into the wall whatsoever, it was then time to paint. So I do want to point out at this point is that my initial method was doing paper mache and then using just a spray filler to get rid of the lines. That didn't really work, and I ended up having to use the spack filler and the gyprock topping compound, so plastering over the top. However, to be honest, I'd still recommend using the paper mache if you are concerned that this is a perhaps an asbestos wall. The reason I say that is because it does just give you an extra layer there. You really do want to be safe. You definitely don't want to be sanding through topping compound and into the wall. So I would still recommend doing the paper mache, but I wouldn't bother using a spray. I would go straight to a plaster or a rapid filler. So it really helps when you have a buddy to paint with. Now, side note here, because I was doing my ceilings at the same time, this unit here was very tricky to get out of place, to get the bulbs out. If you can see, there's actually some springs in there, so just be aware of things like that. I'm just doing the painting. Just painted this. I'm doing the painting. I did an undercoat on all the walls, and then 2 or 3 coats of colour depending on how it looked. I'm pretty pleased with the results. Hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said, please subscribe if you found this video helpful and you'd like to see more. We put out videos every Friday.